YouTube Nation, NFL fans, hey, it's week 6. Welcome back to my channel, Midwest Maverick Sports. Hey, shout out my college earlier this morning. Got this NFL hooked up for this week. I think you're really going to like these picks. It looks like a pretty tight week as far as no flat out gimmies, other than maybe a couple. But hey, I'm really liking it. Stay tuned. It's going to be a pretty short video. Not going to go too much in depth in these games. I'll probably do another recap video update Sunday morning on situational changes, injuries, who's active, whatnot. So, hey, hope you like and subscribe to my page. I'm doing a couple of these videos, or a few each week, for both college and NFL. Hey, I'm also going to do basketball as well. I'm going to do a model for college basketball, and then also NBA. I'm going to try to get those in daily as much as possible. If I do it daily, they're obviously going to be pretty short videos. But I've been pretty successful in basketball as well over the last few years. So, hey, but this is week 6. NFL, that's our focus. We need a bounce back week. Last week was pretty rough. I still went 8-7. Had some tough losses, man, with teams that should have just won and covered outright. With the Titans, teams like that. So, Houston should have covered easy if they could, actually score a touchdown from the half-yard line. So, hey, without further ado, let's push forward and let's go through these picks for this week 6 NFL. Real quick recap for the last couple weeks. 2 weeks ago, you see there, week 4 went 12-4. Had an awesome week there. Picked almost every game other than a couple that I didn't like. Last week, like I said, week 5, 8-7. On my sheet picks, I also picked a few more Sunday morning. So 8-7 off these picks from my first video last Thursday, and then Sunday morning with a few more, I went 11-9. So still in the black, still making a profit. Obviously, that's not that's not optimal. What we're looking for. Like I said, the key losses there. With Jacksonville, Bortles just lost that game. There's a 10-point swing in 7 seconds in that game. The shit was it just wasn't in the cards for the Jags. Tried to mount a comeback too little too late. But the first game last week, Patriots, that was a lock. They did everything they can. It seemed like the Patriots did to let Colts come back, but in the end, that was a lock all day. So we got the win there. Titans, like I said, lost the game-winning touchdown. Dude was wide open, dropped it. They cut that guy. He's gone. So you don't make a wide open catch to win the game, you get fired in the NFL, unless you're a big top receiver like Antonio Brown or somebody. But still, that was a tough one. And then they lost it in the end. But they should have covered that game easy. Like I said, I take that pick all day, every day. Once again, Falcons. Like I said in my video, Sunday morning video. Again, I hit on you cannot take the Falcons on the road, outdoors, on grass. Period. Just get that out of your whatever you see that situation. You pick whoever the Falcons are playing. Enough said on that. Pittsburgh smashed them, and the over. Broncos, thought they were the far better team going in the Jets. I don't know what the hell happened. I didn't see that game. All I know is, what's-his-face? Anderson was running free in the backfield against that Denver D. So, Case Keenum looks like he's not the quarterback that Broncos had hoped he'd be. Coming from the Vikings. So, going forward, it's not looking good for the Broncos. It's not looking good for them this week, which we'll touch on. And, I had the under in that game because I thought it'd be a defensive game. But apparently Darnold didn't get pressured from Miller and Chubb and them guys like expected. So Packers, I actually changed that pick, but I just still count it as a loss because, hey, when I made these picks, I picked the Packers, so I still count it as a loss, but I could very well be 9-6. I could have marked it because I changed my pick when I found out all the injuries at wide receiver for the Packers. So I even had that in my video Sunday morning, but still won the over in that. I didn't end up picking the line. I think I did the morning. I said take the money line with the Ravens, but stuck with the under in that game, which hit. I also called it in my Sunday morning video that it could potentially be an overtime, and it sure as hell did. It was a field goal game. 9-6 or whatever it was, 9-9. Browns ended up winning 12-9. What it was. Hey, Browns are looking legit. They could be undefeated. Should have beat the Raiders. They got screwed in that. They're a tough team, especially at home with that defense. Even this weekend, the Chargers got their hands full going in there. And the Ravens, I don't know what the hell they're doing. They have no offense. That obviously the defense showed up. They did their part, but looks like when the Ravens are going to face these mediocre to better defenses, that they have no offense to compete. Panthers got the win. I had just the money line in that game. They just won. I think I may have changed that Sunday morning. I think I did to lay in the 7. But my first pick was just the money line. Not confident that they would cover, which held true. The 2-point win at the end there with Gano's 63-yard field goal. Dolphins, Cincinnati. I didn't pick it in my first pick video last week, but and on this sheet, but I was leaning towards Bengals, the home team. Raiders, Chargers. I liked the over in that game initially, right out of the gate that week, but Raiders can't score points, so they want to try to throw on 1st and goal from the 1 instead of giving to Lynch. Hey, and then intercepted. You have no business even. I don't even want to get it up. I'm a Raiders fan, and I'm just absolutely disgusted with this team. So, and they're going to London this week against the Seahawks. So, but yeah, thought that'd be a field goal, 4-point game difference, but turns out Chargers, Rivers has our number once again. Lost on both ends, the Raiders and lost the over. Cardinals had them winning, had them getting that 4.5 at San Francisco. I figured that'd be a 3. I didn't exactly know which way, but I just took the points in that game just because of the matchup. Rams, Seahawks. Rams, I thought, man, their defense is falling off from when they started the first of the year, allowing a lot of points now. I liked laying that 7. They won the game, but didn't end up covering. Wilson had a pretty good day, and with Tyler Lockett. Vikings, Eagles. I didn't pick that game once again in the beginning or midweek. I liked it Sunday morning. I said take the points with the Vikings in a revenge game from the NFC Championship last year. Houston, man. Okay, so this game, I took the money line initially, and then I liked laying the 3.5 Sunday morning, based on just the matchup. Looking further into it, and that defense and that pass rush with the Texans on Dak. Dak is not very good. He made a couple of pretty good, miraculous scramble plays in that game. But Houston, man, I don't know what Bill O'Brien is doing in that offense. The dude cannot call plays. Like, how many shotgun formations are you going to run on the goal line when it's 1st and goal? And then you get shut out and stuffed by that Cowboys defense. They had Watson running sideline to sideline, getting blasted at the 1 and 2 yard line. I don't know how many hits Watson took in that game, but man, that game should have been covered first half. I could not believe, I was so pissed off of that situation and that play calling. It made me sick. So that's noted with the Texans going forward. The way he's calling that offense, unless they make some changes. But hey, you can't pick the Cowboys. Just disregard it going forward. Garrett's on the hot seat. You shut out Zeke, then they're done. The other team's gonna win the game. Redskins Saints, that was a bad situation for Redskins with Breeze at home, Monday Night Football, high-powered offense, going for the record, all-time yardage record. I didn't pick that midweek. I took a lot harder look at it. I like the Saints at home in that situation. I think I picked it Sunday morning, and I don't know if I mentioned the over or not, but I don't think I did. I don't think I picked the over-under on that, but the Saints ended up pulling out and in a smashing victory. And hey, Redskins are the Redskins. So here's this week. Highlights are my picks. I like tonight. I like the under. I'm not sure which way to go on the line on this one. Kind of both these teams, struggling at the moment. The Giants had a bounce back game though. I'm surprised they played that well. Odell's throwing the ball now, so surprised they had such a good game at the Panthers. So I'm staying away from the line, but I do like the over in this game. I don't think these defenses, especially on the back end, are going to be able to contain either these quarterbacks and these receivers. And it's a primetime game, Thursday night. Thursday nights are typically higher scoring because defense have shorter time to prepare for these offenses. Steelers, Bengals. I like the over in this game. This is a coin flip to me, Steelers, Bengals. It's always a smash mouth, back and forth, defensive, hard-hitting battle. There's going to be a lot of penalties, perfect, same scenario, same shit. I expect them to get into it, these two teams at some point. But right now, I really don't trust. I tried not to pick Big Ben on the road, and I definitely don't trust Andy Dalton. You see my other videos, I do not trust that guy. He's lost me money in the past. So this is a division battle. Steelers are kind of in a must-win situation. So if I was to pick this, I would take points all day in this matchup, but I definitely like the over. I think it's going to go back and forth, and the pass game is going to get the better. Actually, all-around offense is going to get the better of these defenses. Browns, Chargers. I like the over in this one, in this pick'em. I like the under. I like the under because the defenses, I think they'll show up. It's kind of the same situation with Ravens. Browns, Chargers aren't as good as a defense, in my opinion, but I think they can put enough pressure with Ingram and them guys on Mayfield, and I think this stays under the total of 45 or 44.5 in a pick'em game. If you're gonna pick that line, I would go for the home team, but I wouldn't be very confident with it. I'm gonna skip Jets Colts. I don't even want to touch that game, especially after last week with how the Broncos showed up there at the Jets, and I don't know, the Colts just have no playmakers. So Houston, taking them, whatever that line's going to be, it's not available right now. I think I saw it late this afternoon. It was 3, but I take them to cover at home, cover the Bills. I'm thinking that they're actually going to score touchdowns this game. I don't know, but that's mostly the pick is based on the Texans defense, with Clowney, Watt, and them guys getting after it. I think Allen's going to, and the Bills are on the every other game trend here with performance-wise, so I expect them to go on the road, and I expect them to lose double digits at the Texans. Seahawks, Raiders, London, 1 p.m. game here, Eastern time zone. This is pretty much Lynch revenge game. Lynch versus Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson's going to have a big day. All right, Oakland Raiders, like I said in my college video, comparison to Louisville's defense. So the Oakland Raiders, they're not Swiss cheese, all right? They're an entire piece of cheese. If you cut out the entire middle of the cheese, the entire section, and just left a border of the cheese, which is the sidelines, that is the Raiders defense. There's no holes. It is a gaping wide, just a sea of openness to where anybody that wears a jersey for the other team, especially on a screen pass, can just run directly to the end zone. All right? So, high-scoring game, I believe, unless it's shitty weather in Wembley. I haven't checked. But high-scoring game, I think I got the Seahawks covering this. I think Russell Wilson's going to outplay Lynch. All right, the defense is going to hone in on Lynch. They'll shut him down. He'll be fired up playing against his old team. Yeah, whatever. But the Raiders suck. All right, we got an ancient offense, play calling. Carr's all skittish. I'm comfortable with picking the Seahawks in this to cover the 3 and over 48 in this game. I expect the Raiders to at least score 20, but I expect the Seahawks to be in the 30s. Bears, Dolphins. Bears coming off a bye, a lot better defense, not much to this. Dolphins are, coming back down to earth. Tannehill's going to have a rough day. Khalil Mack, all them guys. Trubisky's, coming off a great game versus the Bucs before the bye. I was leaning towards the under in this, but I like the Bears covering this spread more. Just a far better team, and I think they're actually going to be a really serious contender in the NFC, especially in their division. Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons money line. They're in a must-win situation, and I never pick against the team that actually has the talent to win. I know they're banged up on the defense, especially. But the Bucs, Winston coming in, I don't know what we're going to see out of him. This is going to be back and forth, a high-scoring game, but I ultimately expect Falcons to win this, and it could just be by a last, even overtime field goal. But Falcons have a must-win situation, so I'm not taking the Bucs, especially with that defense. Wow, in this situation. Vikings. Got to take them at home versus the Cardinals. I know everybody. Well, the Bills upset them, but the Vikings aren't going to let that happen again. And the Cardinals are trash. They won this last week versus sorry Niners team now. Lay the 10 all day. That'll be a double-digit win. A couple touchdowns at least. The Vikings have to show up. I think Cousins is going to have another good day. So lay the 10. Panthers, they own the Redskins. You can't take the Redskins now. Panthers a lot better team. They're proven in the NFC South. The Carolina is that they're some serious contenders this year. Redskins are a farce. Alex Smith and this is basically a pick 'em. Taking the Panthers. Rams at the Broncos. The Broncos are 4-12 in the last 16 games against the spread. All right, and they're playing the best, arguably the best team in the NFL. And they're coming off a close game against a division rival. It's at Mile High. Broncos, home field advantage, all that shit. But I like the Rams. I'm going to take the money line. I'm almost leaning towards laying the 7 just because of that stat, the 4-12 over the 16 game for the Broncos. But I like the Rams to get it done. There's just too many studs on the field. And Keenum's going to be throwing to white jerseys. Jaguars. This is my lock of the week. Lay the 3 at Cowboys. Don't need to really mention as much of this. I expect Bortles to bounce back. I don't expect him to, come in there and do a Trubisky 6 TDs, but I expect that team to bounce back, get a convincing win at Cowboys. All right, that defense, if any defense is going to shut down Zeke and hone in on him, it'll be the Jaguars. So don't overthink that. That's an easy one. Lay the 3 all day. Ravens, Titans. I don't like that game. I'd lean towards the home team, especially getting the 3 points. But identities in this game and the way these two teams are playing, I'm not going to risk. I'm going to stay away from this game. I like the Patriots, Chiefs over. All right, I would lean money line Patriots just because of their record at home. Kind of revenge game versus the Chiefs last year, who surprised them week 1. But laying the 3.5 against that Chiefs offense, I don't know. I think both of these defenses are just trash. Patriots probably a little bit better than the Chiefs, but I like the over 59. Both of these teams in the 30s. I got a 38-35, 38-34 victory by the Patriots. Chiefs going on the road. Just Patriots are bouncing back, and I just don't trust that Chiefs defense. I know they've had a pretty good game, but they were playing Bortles. They weren't playing Tom Brady. So, there you go. I take the over as a lock in that game. And then Monday night, Packers, lay those points. Should be in double digits. Packers are in a must-win situation. Rodgers is going to bounce back. Hopefully he gets a couple of them receivers healthy. And the over 46 in that game. Packers defense back end is piss poor. I think the 49ers will score enough. And I think the Packers will score a lot in the 30s to cover that. So on that Monday Night Football game, hey, under the lights, prime time, you got to go with A-Rod. Here's my locks of the week. Already mentioned the Jags. Lay the 3 at Cowboys. Seahawks, Raiders over in London. Vikings laying the 10. Chiefs, Pats over. Here's a 6.5 point teaser, 12-team parlay card. $20. Nice little payout there, 700. I messed around with 6, 6.5, 7. I like 6.5 in the middle there, with good lines. So basically bought 6.5 points for all those 12 teams and the over, a couple overs, actually a few overs. New England, Giants, Raiders, Falcons game. So hey, oh wait, no, let's go. Oh shoot, matchup. So DFS lineups matchup tool here, same one I've been putting out. Target the blue. Remember, target the blue. Those are the best matchups for Q versus QBs, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. So you target the blue. Second from the top, the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, well, you can see that. Atlanta Falcons. First, sixth, first, and first. Their matchup this week. And then look at, so we're targeting the blue, right? So Patriots. 4th, 2nd, 7th, 3rd ranked matchup this week. Seahawks. 7th, 9th, 6th, and 8th. Those are what you want to target. Okay? Number ones, the Vikings have the number one. You want to take, so the Vikings, you want to take the running backs versus Arizona Cardinals. Falcons, you want to take the QB, running backs, wide receivers, and tight end, all of them, versus the Bucks. This is who you want to target in DFS. All right, stay away from the red. Stay away from the Cowboys versus Jacksonville, which that should be a no-brainer. Stay away from Titans versus Baltimore. It's all red. Okay, use this tool. It gives you the best matchup of the weeks. I know, DraftKings shows you the rankings of the matchup and some other Yahoo and shit like that, but this is a quick, easy tool to use. You want to find out who has the best matchup for each position? Here you go. Don't overthink it. Target those areas. We're 5 weeks into the season. Some identities are being exposed, and you can pretty much count on high point output from these good matchups. Hey, that's it for week 7. I hope you like my stuff. Like, subscribe, Midwest Maverick Sports. I'll probably be doing an update video Sunday morning with, updating on my picks or just more information justifying my picks. But hey, give me some feedback, comment. Let's network back and forth, bounce ideas off each other, or why or why not. If you don't like my picks, if you don't like my plays, my content, whatever, hey, constructive criticism, bring it. You know what I mean? I got thick skin. I'm trying to improve this thing every day. Like I said, I don't do this shit for a living. Just trying to make some extra money, trying to help everybody else out make some extra money. I do a lot of homework, a lot of networking with people. So I'm not one. I don't sway one way. I don't have tunnel vision on one criteria. So hey, good luck this weekend. Bang your books. Bet smart. If you don't like it, if you have a hunch, always go with your gut feeling. All right. Hey, have a good week. Midwest Maverick. Peace.